alaikum, dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, psychology, that is one of the very important subjects because it deals with the psychology, with the psyche, with the thinking, with the attitude, with the personalities of the people. So in that context, it is something very, very important because it is the psychology of a person, not their physical appearance, not even their title, which matters so much, but it is the psychology which matters more than any other thing. So I think it is very important, very useful, very beneficial for each one of us to understand whatever psychological science does offer to us. So today we have made it a topic of our today's discussion, and there are certain very useful, very beneficial things which we are going to talk about, and we will speak about 12 simple truths about life according to psychology. That is 12 simple truths about life, according to psychology. So there are 12 simple truths. There are 12 simple truths, but these are very, very important. I read it and I was so much impressed that I wanted to share it with all of my people. So, dear friends and fellows, now let's look upon all of those 12 simple psychological facts which are very beneficial for us to understand and to practice. First of all, it is the self-awareness. It is the self-awareness allows us to challenge one's pattern. Since self-awareness allows us to challenge our patterns, that is so much important because it is like if a doctor does not know their patient properly, if is not aware whatever is going on in the body of their patient, so I think they are not going to treat them well. In the same manner, if at all a coach, a trainer, a teacher, if at all they don't understand what is the psychology, what are the habits and the attitude, what are the thinking patterns, and what triggers their bad thing, their bad action. So I think it is the self-awareness. It is self-awareness which is that much important, which is the first most important thing, that is called self-awareness. Even if at all we are going to seek the psychological help from a professional, the professional help, they will first try to understand it. They will ask certain questions, and we will tell them that this is what I do, this is what I think, and that is what I feel. So in the same manner, only then they will be able to understand us well. But as far our own case is concerned, we are talking about the self-awareness. So we don't need to ask anybody. We need to think deep inside what I am feeling, what are my tendencies, what are my attitude, what kind of reaction usually I do when I come across in a situation like this one or a situation like that one. So my dear friends and fellows, it is the first very important thing, and this first very important thing is called self-awareness. Self-awareness is very, very important indeed. So, keep an eye upon ourselves. It is not something which we can do instantly, which we can do while sitting at one place. Rather, this is something which takes quite a good amount of time. So, self awareness is the most important thing. Now, the second thing which we need to understand, that is our thoughts. Our thoughts contributes to our reality. Whatever we are, whatever we are, wherever we are, I think it has a lot to do with our psychology. Whatever we are, wherever we are, it has a lot to do with our thoughts, with our thoughts. I think if at all the thoughts are positive, the thoughts are encouraging, I think it will move us forward. It will help us develop in a positive manner. But if at all our thoughts are negative, if our thoughts are not positive, so what is going to happen then? I think it will contribute. It will become responsible for our downfall. So it is the thoughts which matter, and which matters more than any other thing. So I think that we need to take care of our thoughts. Always keep an eye upon your thought. Always try to develop the encouraging, try to develop the empowering thought, and empowering thoughts will empower us actually. And this empowering empowering thoughts will disempower us. So we do have to focus and to concentrate upon all the time, no matter what are the circumstances, no matter what is the situation, no matter what is going on, but we need to have the empowering state of mind. So that is, our thoughts contribute to our reality. So this is the second most important thing. Now the third is, that is, adaptability allows us to embrace life, winding path. Adaptability allows us to embrace life's winding path. Yes, indeed. Indeed, life is unpredictable. Whatever is going to happen, we will not be able to understand it. We might not be able to forecast it well. So, my dear friends and fellows, it is extremely important that it is extremely important that we people actually we become adaptable enough, flexible enough, resilient enough, because no matter what are the circumstances, we will be better able to adjust ourselves there. We will better be able to adjust ourselves there only if at all we have one quality. That one quality is called the adaptability. We need to develop the adaptability in ourselves, and that is vital, that is very, very important. Adaptability allows us to embrace life's winding path. Now, the fourth is, emotions are messengers requiring awareness. Emotions are messengers requiring awareness, not order dictating our action. As far the emotions are concerned, don't seek dictation, don't seek order, don't allow that emotion to dictate us and to control us and to command us. Rather, these emotions are rather signaling towards something, and we need to understand what kind of signal my emotions are giving to me, and then how to proceed it. But never ever allow your emotions to control you, to dictate you, because those people who are seeking orders from their emotion, those people who are emotional enough, they fail to take the right decision. So failing to take the right decision, that is something which is quite counterproductive. So that is, the fourth is, emotion. Emotions are messengers requiring awareness. Emotions are messengers requiring awareness, not order dictating our action. So now the fifth is, clear communication involves both speaking and listening. Clear communication involves both speaking and listening, not just talking. People want to dictate, people want to just speak, while it's absolutely wrong. We need to listen to them, what the people are saying. We need to understand, and we listening to them, understanding them. That is so much important. That is 50% of the communication, while another 50% of the communication, that is talking. Listen to them well and then talk to them. So both of these things are really important, and the important part of the communication. Now, the empathy strengthens social bond and understanding. Empathy, because the one thing is sympathy, being kind-hearted to somebody who is in pain and in trouble. But empathy, putting ourselves into the shoes of another person, putting ourselves in the situation and the circumstances of another person, then only thinking, then only trying to feel that what if I were in their position, what I would have been feeling, what I would have been thinking. So, if at all they are thinking in this manner, if at all they are thinking and feeling in that manner, so they are not so wrong. So, dear friends and fellows, I think it is empathy. Empathy strengthens social bond and understanding. Now the seventh is, healthy and reasonable boundaries are crucial for any relationship. Yes, boundaries, healthy and reasonable boundaries are crucial for any relationship. All the people we are interacting with, I think we must have the boundaries. And if at all there are no boundaries, if at all there are very loose boundaries, if at all the boundaries are too strict, if at all the boundaries are, does not exist, so what is going to happen? I think it will spoil all of that. So what we need to do is that we need to do one thing, and this one thing is called, you know this one thing is called, you know this one thing is called healthy boundaries. Everybody, every relationship, They have their boundaries, we have to respect them. We have our own reasonable boundaries, and we have to enforce it as well. We have to make them respect our boundaries as well. If at all they don't respect our boundaries, I think we are not going to, our relationship is not going to continue. And if at all the boundaries of the both sides, these are too loose, even then this relationship cannot continue at all. So the boundaries, the reasonable boundaries, the healthy boundaries, these are very very important in each of the relationship. If at all we wanted to make it healthy, if at all we want to continue it as a healthy relationship. Now the next is, the eighth is that differences, even conflict, is normal while combat is optional. Differences, even conflict, is normal while combat is optional. We will be having several differences with one person or another person. That is quite okay. There is nothing bad in it. But start combating. That is not good at all. That is optional, and it must be avoided. All what is needed is that we need to use our mind. We need to use our mind. That is, change is the, that is the differences. Even conflict is normal while combat is optional. Now the ninth is, change is the only constant in life. Change is the only constant in life. I think change, nothing is as permanent as the change it is. The change is unavoidable, the change is invincible. I think we shouldn't be dreading the change at all. Rather, we should embrace the change. We need to embrace the change. So embracing the change, it is far better. It is, it is, embrace the change, not to be afraid of all that, because the only thing which is permanent here in this world, that thing is called change. So why to be afraid of the change? Why not to embrace it? Why not to accept it? Why not to adjust ourselves accordingly? Why not to, if at all there are new challenges, why not to prepare ourselves so that we are better able to face those challenges? If at all there are certain, if at all there are certain, there will be definitely certain new opportunities as well. Not only the challenges, but the new opportunities as well. We have to learn to prepare ourselves so that we are better able to face those challenges on the one hand. On the other hand, we need to do another thing, and that other thing is that we need to identify and avail in a better way the opportunities lying over there as well. So now the next thing is, the tenth is that, failure offers important lesson to facilitate growth. Yes, of failure offers important lesson to facilitate our growth. And if at all we don't want to grow, we don't, then we should reject the failure. But the failure is unavoidable. At the same time, it is optional. The failure is a must. Everybody, no matter how successful they are today, they too have suffered the failure. The failure are, the setback, are feeling inadequate in certain positions. I think in that case, now what is going to be the result of that? Either we are, learning, and we are improving, we are making ourselves strong enough. It is one option. The other is to go down the drain and to feel the depression, and to somehow throw ourselves in the destruction, and never to rise, to be able to rise again. So there are both options. So what we opt, I think we must opt that I am going to learn, and I am going to improve myself. I am going to produce for better results now, because I have learned so much. Failure offers important lessons to facilitate growth. Now the 11th is mindfulness of allows us to mindfulness allows us to participate in life joy, fully. Yes, there are people who are seen living in the past because their past was very good one, or because they are regretting and repenting that their past is very bad. I think both of these attitudes are very bad. Rather, what we need to do is we need to learn whatever we can in our previous failure, in our previous pleasant experiences. We need to learn from that. As for the future is concerned, we need to plan and prepare but don't worry about the future at all. Rather to live in the present, living in the present. Try to make your today. If at all the sun has risen, we need to do as good as we can before the sunset. And if at all the sun has set, I think before the sun rises, we need to do as good as we can. We need to perform as better as we can. It does not mean that we don't need the taking rest and sleep and eating and refreshment. All of that is needed, but somehow try to focus on the present moment. That is called the mindfulness. We should try to focus on the present moment, and only in this way we can enjoy the life. Otherwise we will never be able to enjoy the life. Even if at all the situation is a bad one, very good one, but we are thinking about the past instead of the present, and I think we cannot enjoy at all. So it is the mindfulness means being able to focus on the present moment. Mindfulness allows us to participate in the life joyfully. Now the 12th and the last is regular self-care upholds emotional health. Regular self-care upholds emotional health. The self-care is needed, desperately needed. We cannot outsource it at all. Rather, we need to take care of ourselves. And if at all we don't take care of ourselves, who else is going to do that? Maybe no one will be doing that at all. So we need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves, and we need to take care of ourselves, because failing to take care of ourselves, it will be disastrous. If I don't exist here anymore in this world, if at all I am unhealthy, I have gone sick, if at all something is wrong with me, so what is the use? If or even if at all I have so many of the resources, what is the use and the benefit of all that? So my dear friends and fellows, I think and I believe that self-care must not be ignored at all. Rather, it is the regular self-care. The regular self-care. I am emphasizing it so much because it is extremely important. So that's all for me at the moment. Thank you very much.